If you're thinking about or are planning a trip to Hawaii soon, you may have already read up on all the travel restrictions and entry requirements needed to get into Hawaii, but you may still have some questions or need some clarity about these restrictions. So in this video, I'm going to be starting a two-part series where I'm going to be answering your most frequently asked questions that help you plan for your Hawaii vacation. Hey, if we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Ben. I'm the owner of Ben Tennis Dream Vacations Travel Agency, and on this channel, I help travelers by providing weekly travel information and tips that help you plan for your next vacation. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. So in today's video, part one, I'm going to be answering your questions about Hawaii's vaccination exception program. And then next week, part two, I'm going to be answering your questions about what you need to do or be aware of during your pre-arrival, arrival, and post-arrival to Hawaii, including what to do if you have flight delays or cancellations that impacts testing and entry requirements. So be sure to check out that video. But for now, let's get started with part one. So before I get started with question number one, I just wanted to let you know that all the questions I'm going to be answering in this video are listed in the video description below with a timestamp next to it. So you can go search for your question and jump ahead in the video to find the answer you're looking for. And if you have a question that is not in this video, let me know in the comment section below and I can help you find the answer you're looking for. Any traveler who is fully vaccinated against COVID-19 in the U.S. is eligible for the quarantine exception. This means 2 shots of either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine or 1 dose of the Johnson & Johnson, plus you need to allow 15 days after your last dose. You'll still need to create an account in Safe Travels Hawaii, enter your trip details, upload your vaccination documentation, sign the form, and within 24 hours of departing to Hawaii, you'll need to complete the online health questionnaire. Travelers will need one of the following vaccination records as proof of vaccination. Make sure the documents listed above clearly state your name and date of birth, which must match the name on the traveler's Safe Travels account and their official photo ID, vaccine type, date of vaccination, lot number for each shot, and vaccination site or location, which must be within the United States or its territories. Make sure all your information is clear and readable. Once you upload your vaccine documents and it's been verified by either the Department of Health Hawaii or by airport personnel, it can be used for future trips. You will not have to upload your vaccine document again. Make sure you bring your original or hard copy vaccination record card to show the screeners either at your boarding gate or once you arrived in Hawaii. No, it just means that your card will be manually scanned at the airport. You can go to Safe Travels Help for more details on this. Go to your Safe Travels account, go to Travel homepage, then apply exemption/exception from quarantine, then COVID vaccine exception. As a traveler, you're considered fully vaccinated on the 15th day after your COVID-19 vaccine. So that'd be either 2 shots of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine or 1 dose of the Johnson & Johnson. So on the day you got your last COVID shot, that day would be considered day 0. So day 1 would start the day after you got your last COVID-19 shot. So for example, if you got your shot on September 1st, the 15 days would end on September 16th. Unfortunately not, children 5 years or older are required to get a COVID-19 test in order to avoid the quarantine requirement. However, children under 5 years old will not be required to get a test or quarantine as long as they're traveling with an adult who has the vaccination exception. So if you're a traveler who has not yet been fully vaccinated, you can participate in the Safe Travels pre-testing program. If you choose not to, you will be subject to the order of self-quarantine and placed into mandatory quarantine for a period of 10 days. If you're experiencing a flight delay, but have already been screened by the airline and you've received your wristband, there's nothing more you need to do with your travel account. However, if you haven't been screened, but intend to be screened on arrival, if you have a change in flight information, you will need to create a new trip in your travel account with the new dates and flight numbers as appropriate. You also have to upload your vaccination document to the new trip, as well as have it on hand for screening on arrival. So either prior to boarding or upon arrival in Hawaii, a screener will scan your Safe Travels QR code and check your ID. You also have to attest the location of where you received your vaccination, as well as show your vaccination card to the screeners. Physical documentation is preferred, but they also accept digital copies as well. So the name on your vaccination card and your ID should match, but if you recently got married or divorced, then you'll need to show proof of your name change. However, if you just have a shortened or modified variation or contraction of your name, that'll be accepted as long as the birth date on both the vaccination card and your ID match. So yes, getting one shot of the Pfizer and one shot of the Moderna vaccine is acceptable, and it does not matter the length of time between the two shots. No, you're not required to participate in the Safe Travels Vaccine Exception Program. However, you are subject to the 10-day quarantine requirement when you arrive in Hawaii. But regardless of if you choose to participate in the program or not, you are required to create an online account, register with the state of Hawaii's Safe Travels program, and upload all the required information for it. So if you got your vaccines done in two different states, you want to select the state where you received your second dose from. Unfortunately, Hawaii will not accept you getting one shot in a foreign country and one shot in the U.S. You do have to be fully vaccinated in the U.S. in order to participate in the vaccine exception program. So currently, Hawaii is not allowing any international passengers to participate in the vaccine exception program, even if you're a U.S. citizen and have one of the three approved vaccines. You have to be arriving from another U.S. state or territory in order to participate in the program. So that will do it for part one. If you had one of your questions answered, make sure you hit the like button and consider subscribing to get more travel related videos just like this one. And should you want a travel professional like myself to help you navigate all the different restrictions and help you plan your trip to Hawaii, feel free to contact me at btennis@dreamvacations.com. And make sure you check out part two, where I'll be answering more of your questions about Hawaii's restrictions. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.